friends. So we are here to identify the issues that were sources of conflict leading up to the American Revolutionary War. So remember, we're going to learn about the American Revolutionary War, and then we'll go ahead and display our learning in our writing. This is a 3-part series. Each series will have its own set of notes. So please make sure that you are not only taking these notes because you will need them, but keeping them in a safe place. All right, so remember to pause and rewind as needed so you can have appropriate understanding. And again, make sure that you have something to write on and something to write with. All right, so these are going to be our notes for this part. So go ahead and pause and copy down this graphic organizer. We're going to be talking about the who, what, when, and where of the American Revolutionary War. So go ahead and pause, get this down, and hit play when you're ready to learn. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Who was this all about? So this was Great Britain versus their 13 colonies. Remember, at this time, when this war started, the 13 colonies were still under British rule, okay? So that's why this was called a revolution, because the 13 colonies were going against who was in charge of them. So who? Great Britain versus their 13 American colonies. Remember, you can pause to make sure that you have this down. All right, so what was this? So the 13 colonies declared their independence from Great Britain during the Second Continental Congress in 1775. This is where we get that Declaration of Independence from. They were declaring their independence. Now, they were not allowed to do this, and so this started the American Revolutionary War. So again, they're declaring, and then they had to fight for their independence because Great Britain wasn't just going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because you remember, these 13 colonies were huge money makers for England. All right, when did this happen? So it started with the Declaration of Independence in 1775, and it ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1783. This is a different Treaty of Paris than the French and Indian War. Remember, that one was in 1763. So the American Revolutionary War lasted for 8 years. So again, putting down those dates of 1775 to 1783. Where did this happen? So here's a map of the major battles of the American Revolutionary. It all happened within the 13 colonies. So the British troops were coming over to the 13 colonies to fight these battles. So again, within the 13 colonies. All right, friends, make sure that you have all of this down. Once you have this set of notes and this set of learn all set, go ahead and move on to our second video where we're going to talk about why did the American colonies decide to declare their independence. See you then.